नमस्कार है वेरी गुड इवनिंग ऑल ऑफ यू। क्या हालचाल है? लॉन्ग टाइम नो सी। आर वी लाइव? नमस्ते, गुड इवनिंग। कैन आई गेट अ क्विक कंफर्मेशन? आई गेस वी आर लाइव, यस। कूल। क्या हाल है भाई? तुम लोग तो भूल ही गए। हाय, गुड इवनिंग। हाय शिवांशु, आकिब, ध्रुव, गोपाल, साकिब, वेदांत, जैस्मिन, अल्ताफ, नरेश, मुस्कान, आंचल, स्मृति, मेहुल, वंशिका, फहीम, स्मृति, आदर्श, प्रकृति, सिद्धार्थ, प्रांचल, निकिता, प्रियंका, ऋतिक, नमस्ते। हेलो अंकुर। हाउ आर ऑल ऑफ यू डूइंग? कैसी कट रही है जिंदगानी? I will begin the session with an apology. I was supposed to come live yesterday, but migraine just got the better of me. I took medicine, I tried my best, but at 7 o'clock I realized that the medicine is not working. And it was raining yesterday, so getting a cab back home was a struggle, and I couldn't have made it. So, we are live today instead of yesterday. ओके। एलेक्सा तुम्हारी गाने की फरमाइशें सुन सुन के ना थक गई है साकब। हाय हाय विकास, श्रेयांश, आयुष, आदित्य, शुभांगी। सपने में आई थी, हम मस्त डिनर डेट पे गए थे। व्हाट अ ड्रीम इट वाज। आई यू श्योर मैं ही थी? हाय मेहुल। आई एम फाइन। हेलो नमन। हाय श्रव्या। मैं ठीक हूँ। हाउ यू गाइज डूइंग? हेलो वैभव, वंस अगेन। हाय प्लेटो। हेलो अनिल। हाय शिवांगी। ओके। हेलो संजना। ओरिजिनेटर्स निकिता, पृथ्वीराज। चलो शुरू करते हैं, बहुत हो गया हाय हाय। हेलो हाय छोड़िए, जय माता दी बोलिए। वैसे भी नवरात्रि स्टार्ट होने वाली है। आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू डूइंग वेल। आई होप यू टेकिंग मॉक्स। आई होप यू प्रैक्टिसिंग अ लॉट, एंड आई होप यू you just having a good time with or without me. Yeah. Today we're going to try and attempt two RC passages from CAT 2021. One is slot 2, the other is slot 3. And the one from slot 2 is slightly not nice. Slot 3 is very easy. So I want all of you to attempt all questions, okay? And I want you to score at least 6 to 7 out of 8 today. Okay? They're very doable questions. Anything below 6 is not acceptable at this juncture, okay? And then whatever questions you have or general guftagu can happen in the end. Those of you who want to leave can leave. Those of you who want to talk can stay back. Let's begin. शुरू हो जाओ. You can take screenshots so that when you want to come back to the passage, you can come back. Are we done? Vikas, do you mind posting a screenshot on the channel, the Telegram channel? Hi, good evening, Nishtha, Alisha. Please take care of your health, Sakat. Done? Can we go ahead to the second slide? यस. और प्लीज़ पैसेज देख के भाग मत जाना, ठीक है? क्योंकि नेक्स्ट वाला पैसेज जितना ये इरिटेटिंग लग रहा होगा वो उतना ही ईजी है. ओके, लेट्स गो अहेड. Just give me a second, I'll post a picture on the channel. Are we done? Okay, we have 4 questions. Alright, we'll write the answers in the notebook. We'll finish the 4 questions and then we'll discuss the answers. Okay? Are we done? जल्दी करो नमन, हरी अप. Next question. चले, डन. Easy one again. Can we go ahead? Last question. There is nothing to discuss worth making a video on that, Naman. It's just a matter of comprehension. चले डिस्कस करें. पैसेज डिस्कस करना है या क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करने हैं सीधे? हैव यू अंडरस्टूड द पैसेज वेल? बोथ, दोनों पैसेज भी. ओके, चलो लेट्स डिस्कस द पैसेज. सेकेंड वाला समझाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, बट इसमें थोड़ी सी ज़रूरत है, तो पढ़ते हैं. I have elaborated a framework for analyzing the contradictory pulls on nationalist ideology in its struggle against the dominance of colonialism and the resolution it offered to those contradictions. तो ऑथर कहता है कि भाई देखो, मैंने एक फ्रेमवर्क एनालाइज करा है कि कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी पुल्स थे, कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी पुल्स पे क्वेश्चन भी आया है, राइट, on nationalist ideology in its struggle against the dominance of colonialism and the resolution it offered to those contradictions. तो इसने किस बात पे स्टडी करी है कि nationalist ideology, what was the struggle going on in the nationalist ideology when we were being dominated by the Britishers, the British colony. We'll realize that we are talking about Britishers in India very soon. And the resolution it offered to those contradictions. So what resolution was offered when we were talking about these contradictions? Briefly, this resolution was built around the separation of the domain of culture into two spheres. तो ये जो resolution था, जो resolve करा हमने contradiction को, the part of the solution, how did we resolve it? We separated our culture into two spheres, the material and the spiritual, the bhautik and the adhyatmik. It was in the material sphere that the claims of Western civilization were the most powerful. Abhi material science mein the West was unbeatable. They had science, they had technology, they had rationality, they had economic organization, they had modern methods of governing, which is statecraft. These had given the European countries the strength to dominate, subjugate the non-European people. This is why European colonies were so popular, and the Britishers have practically ruled almost all parts of the world somewhere in some point of history, simply because they were very powerful in terms of the material sphere. To overcome this domination, to overcome this materialistic domination, the colonized people had to learn those superior techniques of organizing material life and incorporate them within their own cultures. Now, understand this line. Let's say I'm an Indian, let's say I am an Indian, to overcome a Britisher and their domination, I have to learn superior techniques from the one who's colonizing me. And I have to incorporate them, include them in my own culture. So I have to learn science and economics and technology and rationality and modern methods of governance. Our constitution is also largely inspired by the Britishers. So we are taking inspiration from the people we want freedom from. But this could not mean the imitation of the West in every aspect of life. Now that I am borrowing things from you and you are the one who's ruling me and treating me like shit, that does not mean that I will imitate you in every aspect of life. Imitation is copying. I hope everybody knows that. For then, the very distinction between the West and the East would vanish. If I copy you completely, then मुझ में और आप में क्या फ़र्क रह जाएगा? फिर कुछ नहीं बचेगा हम दोनों के बीच में अंतर. तो फ़र्क तो है और वो फ़र्क बने रहना चाहिए. The self-identity of national culture would also be threatened. Then I will have no identity of my own whatsoever. That my own self-identity will also get threatened. So what is the contradictory pull that we are talking about? Let's go to the question. Which one of the following explains the contradictory pulls on Indian nationalism? What is your answer? Come on. We'll go back to the passage after this. Which of the following explains the contradictory pulls on Indian nationalism? What have you marked? Okay. Despite its fight against colonial domination, Indian nationalism had to borrow from the colonizer in the spiritual sphere. That's an error. We were not borrowing from them in the spiritual sphere. We were borrowing their ideas in the materialistic sphere. Yeah? So this is wrong. Despite its scientific and technological inferiority, Indian nationalism had to fight against colonial domination. We were inferior, yes. But then we had to fight against colonial domination despite this fact. No, because of this fact. We were easy to rule upon because we were inferior. If we were superior, like we are today, you can't rule us. Who can come and invade India and become a ruler once again, become a colonizer once again? We are not allowing that to happen, right? So there is the answer is poorly framed. There is no contrast here. Okay. Despite its fight against colonial domination, Indian nationalism had to borrow from the colonizer in the material sphere. हमको डोमिनेट किया जा रहा था, हम उनसे लड़ रहे थे, उसके बावजूद हमारे को मटीरियलिस्टिक स्फीयर में उनकी बकवास झेलनी पड़ी और उनसे बोरो करना पड़ा और सीखना पड़ा. Despite its spiritual superiority, Indian nationalism had to fight against colonial domination. We can be spiritually superior, but then that's not the point. Spiritual superiority does not enable you to fight as a nation against a foreign force. we still are spiritually superior, but then the world does not bow down to us because of our spiritual superiority. They can respect us for that, but they stay away from us because we have nuclear weapons as much as they have, or at least if not more, then at least enough to defend ourselves, if enough science and technology to defend ourselves. So therefore the answer is 3, that we were trying to overcome this dominion, and yet we were borrowing materialistic stuff from their culture. Right? I hope this is clear. Oh, Nomad Bihar, matlab, good morning, Shona. Shona, this happened on the 19th of July, baby. कितने दिन हो गए गिन लो उंगलियों पे. But this could not mean the imitation of the West in every aspect of life, for then the very distinction will be lost. यहाँ से पढ़ते हैं. The discourse of nationalism shows that the material spiritual distinction was condensed into an analogous but ideologically far more powerful dichotomy, that between the outer and the inner. तो फिर ये जो डिस्कोर्स, ये जो सत्संग चल रहा था नेशनलिज्म का, बिटवीन स्पिरिचुअल एंड मटेरियल, इसको हमने कंडेंस कर दिया नेशनलिज्म ने, हमने नहीं, नेशनलिज्म ने, इनटू एन एनालॉगस या आइडियोलॉजिकल, डिजिटल का ऑपोजिट एनालॉगस, तो आइडियोलॉजिकल far more powerful dichotomy. This will help you. You will see this in one of the options in one of the questions. क्या थी ये पावरफुल डायकॉटमी? आउटर एंड इनर. डायकॉटमी में रूट क्या है? डाई इज टू, डायलॉग वाला, और टॉमी होता है कट. सो डायकॉटमी बेसिकली मीन्स टू पार्ट्स, अ chasm, a gap. Okay, so dichotomy is 2. क्या डायकॉटमी थी? आउटर एंड इनर, राइट? अप्लाइंग द इनर आउटर डिस्टिंक्शन टू द मैटर ऑफ कॉन्क्रीट डे टू डे लिविंग. ये जो आउटर और इनर का कॉन्सेप्ट है, इसको आप डे टू डे लिविंग में लगाइएगा तो आप सोशल स्पेस को डिस्टिंग्विश कर देते हैं इनटू घर एंड बाहर. तो हम घर की बात करते हैं होम, और बाहर की बात करते हैं दुनिया. द वर्ल्ड इज़ द एक्सटर्नल. दुनिया एक्सटर्नल है, और वहाँ पर आपको मटीरियलिस्टिक चीज़ें देखनी पड़ती है. साइंस चलती है, टेक्नोलॉजी चलती है, पैकेज देखते हैं, MBA देखते हैं, सूरत देखते हैं. होम रिप्रेजेंट्स द स्पिरिचुअल इनर सेल्फ. सीरत देखते हैं. न सूरत के मायने हैं, न पैसे के मायने हैं. वंस ट्रू आइडेंटिटी, योर ट्रू सेल्फ, हु यू आर विद इन एज अ पर्सन. नादान परिंदे घर आ जा. Your own home, the home is within yourself, that your true identity that you hold. The world is a treacherous terrain. Treacherous is धोखेबाज. देखो तुम लोगों के लिए लिखा है. Treacherous terrain, terrain is territory of the pursuit of material interests where practical considerations reign supreme. अभी दुनिया क्या है? दुनिया तो धोखेबाजी का, चला चली का मेला है. वहाँ पर you have to look after material interests, you have to run after packages and beauty and fame and cars and whatnot. And there you have to be practical. That is what reigns supreme. It is also typically the dominion of the male. वहाँ पर पुरुष प्रधानता है. The males dominate it. The home in its essence must remain unaffected by the profane activities of the material world. इंसान थक कर आता है शाम को तो घर ही लौटता है. तो घर, home, in its essence, it has to remain unaffected. Nothing from the material world should count. You don't worry about how do you look. You don't comb your hair all the time. You don't worry about money when counting money in front of your family members. Home is home, right? Profane is blasphemy ka, blasphemous का synonym. Something which is completely तौबा तौबा नहीं बोलना चाहिए. Anti-religion, okay? Or anti-God. And woman is its representation. जहाँ भी प्योरिटी की बात आती है तो अपुन की बात होने वाली है, राइट? सो होम, वुमन इज इट्स रिप्रेजेंटेशन. एंड सो वन गेट्स एन आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ सोशल रोल्स बाय जेंडर टू कॉरस्पॉन्ड विद द सेपरेशन ऑफ द सोशल स्पेस एंड टू घर एंड बाहर. तो फिर लोगों को सोशल रोल को, जेंडर को आइडेंटिफाई करने का मौका मिल जाता है. वो कहते हैं कि देखो सोशल स्पेस भी घर और बाहर में डिवाइडेड है. तो घर हुआ औरत का और बाहर हुआ मर्द का. So the outer space is the male dominion, and the inner space, the true identity wala space, is feminine. And in the social space also, the feminine represents home. Okay? The colonial situation and the ideological response of nationalism to the critique of Indian tradition introduced an entirely new substance to these dichotomies and affected their transformation. Whatever colonial situation was going on, and this ideological response that our nationalists had, the dichotomy of the ghar and the bahar, it introduced a completely new, nazaria, a new substance to these dichotomies, and they somehow transformed the material spiritual dichotomy to which the terms world and home corresponded had acquired a very special significance in the nationalist mind. तो फिर ये जो मटेरियल स्पिरिचुअल डायकॉटमी थी जिसमें हमने वर्ल्ड और दुनिया डिवाइड करके रखी थी, इसको एक स्पेशल सिग्निफिकेंस मिला नेशनलिस्ट माइंड में. The world was where the European power had challenged the non-European people, so the Europeans were ruling almost all non-European people, and especially India. There, they were challenged. They were challenging us very badly. But by virtue of its superior material culture, they were doing it. And we had been subjugated, we were dominated. But the nationalists asserted that, dude, you can claim everything outside, but you cannot colonize the inner essential identity that we hold. आप कब्ज़ा बाहर कर सकते हैं, किसी के घर पर आप क्या कब्ज़ा करेंगे, क्योंकि किसी के घर पर कब्ज़ा करना मतलब उनके इनर सेल्फ पर कब्ज़ा कर लेना. यू हिटिंग होम. So they said, dude, you're not hitting home. You can only, colonize the outer world, the materialistic sphere. But when it comes to the distinctive superior spiritual culture, oh boy, we are going to teach you what spirituality means. The Europeans had to learn it from us. They still do. Yeah. In the entire phase of the national struggle, the crucial need was to protect, preserve, and strengthen the inner core of the national culture, its spiritual essence. हमारा आध्यात्म हमसे छीना नहीं गया कभी, और वो कभी छीना नहीं जाना चाहिए. That's what the nationalists said, that it is our duty to protect it, preserve it, and strengthen it. Once we match this new meaning of the home-world dichotomy with the identification of social roles by gender, तो ऑथर कहता है कि सी व्हेन यू मैच दिस होम वर्ल्ड घर बाहर डायकॉटमी with the social roles that we have in gender, we get the ideological framework within which nationalism answered the women's question. So then we'll understand that how were the nationalists answering the women's question. Now, what is the women's question is not really given. So maybe the basic understanding that we have on the basis of the passage and the question is that women's position basically as in terms of social role. Okay, it would be a grave is serious. Grave is an adjective here. यहाँ पे कब्र वाला grave नहीं है. Serious error to see in this. Now this is been put between two commas. So read the sentence without it first. It would be a serious error to see in this a total rejection of the West. ऑथर कहता है कि अगर आपने ये समझा कि होम वर्ल्ड डायकॉटमी से नेशनलिस्ट्स ने विमेन का क्वेश्चन आंसर करा है सोशल रोल को लेकर, और ये समझा है कि इंडियंस ने कम्प्लीटली वेस्ट को रिजेक्ट कर दिया था और विमेन को घर और पुरुष मेल को बाहर रख दिया था, तो आप गलत हैं. क्वाइट द कॉन्ट्ररी, द नेशनलिस्ट पैराडाइम इन फैक्ट इज एन आइडियोलॉजिकल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सिलेक्शन. किसके रिजेक्शन की बात हुई है? वेस्ट की. तो किसके सिलेक्शन की बात होगी? वेस्ट की. इसका मतलब हमने विमेन को कम्प्लीटली घर तक सीमित, महदूद, कन्फाइंड नहीं रखा. फॉर पीपल हु आर not comfortable with Hindi and also for everybody else, we have not read this portion between the parentheses, so I'll use English and explain this last portion. The author says that it will be a serious error to see that we totally rejected the West because the nationalist identified social gender ka role, women's question, women's place in the society using ghar and bahir. He says that that's not the case. We did not reject the West. The opposite is true. We ideologically selected some portions from the West. And who thinks that we rejected the West? Liberals. As liberals are apt to in their despair. Despair is hopelessness. At the many marks of social conservatism and nationalist practice. So when the liberal people talk about conservatism being orthodox in nationalist practice, they say that, oh, it was stupid that we defined gender roles on the basis of ghar and bahir and we confined our women to houses and we did not treat our women well. The author says it's a stupid, grave, serious error to do that. We did not reject the West simply because of the ghar bahir dichotomy. In fact, we ideologically selected what to pick from the West and what not to. We were ideologically selecting and not rejecting the West. I hope this is clear. Can we go to the questions now? Which one of the following best describes the liberal perception of Indian nationalism? Liberal perception बताना है, Indian nationalism का general idea नहीं बताना है. What is your answer? What is your answer? Come on. Thank you, Kriti. When are you coming to town? Four, two, four, four. All right. Did I not just sound like that woman who speaks out numbers on a customer care call? Okay, the answer is 4. Shabash. Indian nationalist discourses reaffirm traditional gender roles for Indian women. That's what the liberal perception is. And it is a grave error to believe this. ठीक. सामान रखा है तुम्हारा कृति? चवेंची के मोमोज याद आ गया? वो ऐसे ही बोलती है ना. आजकल नया सुनने को मिलता है. पेटीएम पर 50 रुपए प्राप्त हुए. चलो, Indian nationalism sophistication resided in its distinction of the material from the spiritual spheres. This is not the liberal perception. The Indian nationalism का sophistication material और spiritual के distinction में था. ये तो generally Indian nationalism का perspective है. Indian nationalist discourses provided an ecological principle of selection. नहीं, one is not the liberal perception ना नमन. ठीक, हाँ मिलने को मिलेगा कृति. आदित्य, आई स्वेयर आई वॉज थिंकिंग अबाउट यू. अभी तुमको कोई 50 रुपए देकर तुम ऐसे ही आवाज़ निकालोगे. ठीक है, तभी मैं तुम्हारे को ट्रेजरर बनने दूंगी आगे. Okay. Indian nationalist discourses provided an ideological principle of selection. No, this is the truth. This is not the liberal perception. हमें liberal perception बताने का है. ठीक है, clear. Third, Indian nationalism embraced the changes brought about by colonialism in Indian women's traditional gender roles. Indian nationalism ने गले लगा लिया था सारे changes को जो gender roles के थ्रू आए थे. ये liberal perception है, ये तो true भी नहीं है और liberal perception भी नहीं है. गड़बड़ है. ठीक. अरे मैं लेट आने को नहीं बोल रही हूँ. यू कलेक्ट एंड राइट एवरीबडीज नेम. नो, सो यू हैव टू से इट लाइक दिस व्हेन अदर पीपल सबमिट मनी. ओके, देयर इज नो इनसाइडर जोक. श्रव्या, I collect 50 rupees from latecomers. We today calculated we have 700 rupees already. We are going to party on Diwali with it. Yes. Aditya is the one who makes the list in Noida. I am the one who collects it and puts it very smartly in the wallet. Yeah. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. क्या रहने दीजिए ना, रहने दीजिए ना. पति से बात कर रही हो क्या? रहने दीजिए ना. वंशिका, व्हाट्स विद यू? VRC में 25-30 स्कोर जा रहे हैं बट एम कैट्स में 20+ नहीं जा पा रहा हूँ. उसमें भी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो गए. PYQ सॉल्व करो आयुष. मैंने अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाया होगा. Surprises by saying you are invited. Invited. Socrates can never say no to Plato, no? Okay, yeah. Why does it sound wrong? She's saying रहने दीजिए ना. She's not saying कर दीजिए ना. Why is that wrong? Alright, what is the answer to the third one? Come on. जल्दी बताओ. Alright. On the basis of the information in the passage, all of the following are true except. ठीक, so you have to mark the one which is not true. ये कहाँ लिखा है age old oppositions? This is not given. शाबाश. Doable question again. Was not as ideologically powerful. It was, Baba. I underlined it also for you. ये रहा देखो. Ideologically far more powerful. ठीक. What emoji are you talking about? I don't see any emojis. Representing a continuation of age-old oppositions is not given. Was not as ideologically powerful as the inner-outer dichotomy is true. Constituted the premise of the Ghar-Bahir dichotomy is true. Helped in safeguarding the identity of Indian nationalism is also true. ठीक. Alright. शाहरुख खान की टोन जब वो सुष्मिता से बोलता है. शाहरुख को कौन देखता है सुष्मिता के आगे? मैं बंदी होके नहीं देखती. तुम कैसी बातें कर रही हो? चलो. अरे कोई नहीं आदित्य, चिल. कम ऑन, गिव मी द आंसर टू द फोर्थ वन. इतना अच्छा बच्चा, बताओ 2 घंटा और ऑफलाइन झेल के अभी ऑनलाइन आया है लाइव. 4 but confused with 3. Choose one, Plato. Come on, hurry up. देखूं मैं. ओके, हमें वीकन करना है ऑथर का क्लेम. ठीक. Forces of colonial modernity played an important role in shaping anti-colonial Indian nationalism. colonial modernity के forces ने एक अच्छा रोल प्ले करा एंटी कॉलोनियल इंडियन नेशनलिज्म बनाने में. इससे वीकन कहाँ होती है कोई बात? अगर ये ट्रू है, ठीक, तो ये मतलब बात कहाँ ठीक है? इससे दिस डज नॉट वीकन द स्टांस ऑफ द ऑथर. दिस हैज नो इम्पैक्ट. And somewhere the forces of colonial modernity did play a role, right? Because we were taking stuff from them that we wanted and rejecting the ones that we did not want. So we borrowed materialistically and rejected spiritually. So no, the Industrial Revolution played a crucial role in shaping the economic prowess of Britain in the 18th century. If this is true, then this is strengthening. बहुत बढ़िया बात है कि भाई ब्रिटेन पहले से ही पावरफुल था, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन से और पावरफुल हो गया, तो इसका मतलब अभी हम लोग को और सीखना पड़ेगा उनसे. Right? Indian nationalists rejected the cause of English education for women during the colonial period. Let's say this is true. हमको ट्रू ही मान के चला ना, सारे नए सिनेरियोज हैं. इंग्लिश एजुकेशन मना कर दी विमेन के लिए, तो इससे ऑथर के स्टांस पे क्या असर पड़ेगा? ऑथर तो कह रहा है कि हमने कुछ चीज़ें ले ली थी उनसे मटीरियलिस्टिकली और कुछ चीज़ें नहीं ली थी, और स्पिरिचुअली तो हमने कुछ नहीं लिया था. तो अगर इंडियन नेशनलिस्ट ने इंग्लिश एजुकेशन रिजेक्ट कर दी, वो भी विमेन के लिए, तो इससे ऑथर के स्टांस पे कोई खास असर नहीं होगा. क्योंकि क्या पता इंग्लिश एजुकेशन रिजेक्ट करी, एजुकेशन रिजेक्ट नहीं करी. एंड व्हाट अबाउट मेन? सो डजंट हैव अ ग्रेट इम्पैक्ट, राइट? द colonial period saw the hybridization of Indian culture. तो फिर तो सारा पैसेज ही बकवास है. द एंटायर पैसेज गोज टू द डस्टबिन. Because then it says in all realms we are allowing a hybridization. We said that we are going to safeguard our identity and you can do a qabza on the bahir. You cannot do a qabza on our home. मेरे घर पर क्यों तुम्हारा अधिकार नहीं है? You will never be able to take me from within. You can only have me from outside. So if this is true, that the colonial period saw a hybridization in all realms, and we got polluted or corrupted with them, then the entire passage goes to the dustbin. Therefore 4 is a better answer than 3. 3 is selectively correct. ठीक है, I hope this is clear. अरे बाबू, उसको ट्रू मानेंगे ना कृति? Which of the following if true? It's a further application question combined with critical reasoning. Further application question is usually critical reasoning only. ठीक, एकदम ठीक है. ऑन दैट नोट, आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो दिस और नॉट, बट आई कम फ्रॉम अ सिंधी फैमिली, एंड इन सिंधीज we don't get married with 7 rounds of circumambulation. We get married with 4 rounds of circumambulation. 4 फेरों से शादी होती है सिंधियों में, 7 से नहीं. तो जो 4 फेरे होते हैं उसमें पहले 3 फेरों में, द फर्स्ट 3 राउंड्स, द ग्रूम लीड्स द ब्राइड. ओके, सो द हस्बैंड, द वुड बी हस्बैंड, प्रोसेस चल रहा है अभी हस्बैंड बनने का, वॉक्स इन द फ्रंट, एंटी एम्बुलेट्स द वाइफ, एंड इन द 4th one the wife has to come in the front. So the first 3 pheras are for dharma, earth and kam. So dharma means all the rituals and everything else that happens in the world. Earth is money, finance, providing, eating, medical expenses, the bahir. Okay, and then you have kam. Kam is again all the yagya, puja, whatever you do, whatever else that happens in your life in the outer world. In the 4th phera, the wife leads, and the 4th phera stands for the 4th pillar, which is moksha. So when it comes to mukti, it's the woman who can lead the husband to liberation. So as much as women are ignored in this country when it comes to when it comes to philosophy and spirituality, in the Sindhi community, the elders have been very wise that they ask the husband to take the responsibility for everything that is bahir, so dharma, earth and kam. But when it comes to moksha, it's the feminine within, or the wife in the house, or the feminine in the house, that leads the masculine. Alright, so I hope you like that. Anyway, The Nation and Its Fragments by Parth Chatterjee is the source of this passage. It's a 21 page, there is a 21 page PDF available in Google. If you want to read some portion of it, you can do that. And 519 words is the length. It's a political history, moderately difficult passage. Moderately difficult because understanding it is slightly time taking. The retention could be an issue. I would strongly recommend that you not spend more than 8 minutes on this passage and do 3 to 4 questions right. Okay, 9 is only for people who had difficulty understanding it, but when you come to questions, if you're spending 9 minutes, I want all of you to get all 4 correct. Okay? No, it's not about Janam Vanam. You can take any birth, birth has any relationship and not just husband. Okay, so yeah. Okay. All right. Happy birthday, Muskan. Chalo, let's do the second and the Pucci passage that we have. Okay. Kerala, you have only 3 times. Okay. हाँ सीरियल पढ़ ले चल. Has everybody done? I'll post it on the channel. Just a second. Okay, let's go ahead. Acha, okay, waiting. Done. This is very easy, very interesting also. Done. Yes, can you go to the questions? Cool. Hi Prashant, how are you? Mubarak ho. यू आर आयुष कुशवाहा के साथ वाला प्रशांत ना, कि मैं गलत बोल रही हूँ? अरे आयुष कुशवाहा ही तुमको कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन बोल रहा है, एम आई रॉन्ग? तुम्हारे सामने हूँ, आई एम फाइन. आर वी डन विद दिस क्वेश्चन? कैन वी गो अहेड? पहचान गई मैं तुम्हारी ये गॉगल वाली डिप्पी. आर वी डन विद दिस क्वेश्चन? हरी अप, हरी अप, हरी अप. चलो तो ऐसा बोल रहे तुषार जैसे मैं बस ड्राइवर हूँ. कंडक्टर बोलता है ना, चल चल चल. क्या है ये चलो? नहीं नहीं, अभी नहीं. मुबारक हो प्रशांत, खूब खुश रहो. चलो याद तो आई इस बहाने. तुम ओवरवेट लड़कियों को दादा बोलते हो? पसंद नहीं मेरे को बदतमीजी. मुक्का मार देना मैंने. डन, कैन वी गो अहेड? आई नो आदि, आई नो. चलो. अरे भैया, जीवन में आज पहली बार आदित्य को आदि बोल दिया तो कह रही है आई एम जेलो. तुमको क्या बोलूं, घ्री या टी? इतना लाइफ खराब हो गया है मेरा. अरे ये बदतमीज लड़का. आदित्य स्टॉप इट. स्टॉप इट. हाँ ये ठीक है. कृति, आज से तुम्हारा नाम है स्विफ्टी. परफेक्ट. मेरा प्लेटो है ही ऐसा, ही ऑलवेज हैज द राइट आंसर्स. I brought two worlds together, huh? Kriti is messaging Aditya. I like that. Online and offline people mingling among themselves. Are we done with this question? Can we go ahead? She likes Taylor Swift, Adarsh. Okay, last question. What? Naman? This is easy. Easiest ever. Done. Can we discuss the questions? I am not explaining the passage. It's super easy. पैर नहीं बनाया था ध्रुव. I said you can try if you guys are interested. They were not interested. और पैरा जंबल में ऐसे ही होता है ना, हमको लगता है पैर बन रहा है, फिर हम जब आगे देखते हैं तो हमें पता चलता है नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये गलत हो गया, फिर उसको ठीक करते हैं. हाँ, टीटा रिवाइज करो. अच्छा, व्हाट्स विद पीपल गिविंग मी 1200 व्यूज ऑन द फर्स्ट पैरा जंबल सेशन and not even 500 views on the second one? You guys had Nirvana after the first session. Huh? I recorded the second one within 48 hours despite being unwell. And then you're not watching the second one at all. You have to watch the second one and do the questions along with it and understand the paragraph flow. Right? You can't just miss it. ठीक. Tushar, I charge very high. As high as Seema auntie does. Are you in? Okay. What is the answer to the fifth one? I know, right? Clickbait titles. Good boy, Sushant. How are you holding up? I got your mail. Explain this, RC. Are you kidding? This is so easy. This is saying that there were new comics, X-Men comics, and then there were heroes in these X-Men comics, which means X-Men are the heroes, and they were battling some Sentinels. Then they were taking over mechanical overlords. Overlords are basically the people who rule you, nano Sentinels, and all of that. And he says that now. These tiny people, these tiny robots in this novel, they take over the world. Okay, so now then what is actually happening is that they in the novel, in the comics, I'm sorry, they take over our bodies, okay, by infecting us. So they convert us into machines, cell by cell. And then he's saying that I this is the present or the future that I'm watching is also full of robots, but this is not the future that the passage, as in the comics, had promised me. So in fiction, the future that was promised was something as interesting as this. But he's saying that I am disappointed that we are not being turned into sentinels. Yeah, no robot is invading our body and converting us into a robot. How cool will that be? No feelings whatsoever. But then there are robots which are swimming in our bloodstream and they are healing us. And then it talks about how robots are not anymore traditional. They have mechanical parts and everything. We just have blobs. You understand a blob? I don't know, what do you call that, jelly or something, that जिससे बच्चे खेलते हैं, blobs मिलते हैं जिसके, and you can shape them however you want. वो कहते हैं कि ऐसे ऐसे तरीके के बन रहे हैं, कुछ वाटर रिपल्शन के प्रिंसिपल्स पे बेस्ड हैं, चल सकते हैं, दूसरे रोबोट्स का पार्ट बन जाते हैं, और अल्टीमेटली ये हमारे को बहुत हेल्प करने वाले हैं. राइट, सो दैट्स व्हाट द पैसेज इज अबाउट. हाँ, स्लाइम, करेक्ट. आई वाज अनएबल टू रिकॉल दैट वर्ड. मैं ये बार बार बता चुकी हूँ और आज आखिरी बार बता रही हूँ कि ये रट लो कि जब इफ फॉल्स वाला क्वेश्चन आएगा और आगे लिखा होगा कुछ भी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ लिखा हुआ है सपोर्टिंग, तो हम इस पूरे को उल्टा कर लेंगे. इसका उल्टा क्या होगा? इफ ट्रू और डज नॉट सपोर्ट. ठीक, अब इफ ट्रू अगर मान रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब जो जैसा ऑप्शन लिखा है वो वैसा ही होगा. तो क्वेश्चन क्या हो गया? विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग डज नॉट सपोर्ट द पैसेज. बस इतना करना है. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग डज नॉट सपोर्ट द पैसेज. राइट? अंडरस्टूड? I will talk to you, Sushant, just after the questions, okay? It says robots made from smart materials are likely to become part of our everyday lives in the future. This is supporting the passage. This is what the passage is also saying. Nano Sentinel like robots are likely to be used to inject people to convert them into robots cell by cell. Arey bhai, this is what fiction promises. This is not what is actually going to happen. This weakens, goes against. This is what is happening in fiction. Okay, so this is the answer. There are two kinds of molecules, the ones that react to water and the other don't react to water, and this is being used by nanorobots. This is correct, matches the author's point of view. Some hydrogels turn sticky when an electric current is passed through them. This has applications, is also supporting the passage. So therefore all are supporting, one is not supporting. That is the answer. ठीक, I hope this is clear. Which one of the following statements best captures the sense of the first paragraph? What is your answer? Come on. The entire passage is a cakewalk. Elimination लगाइए. कैसा? People who were infected by nano sentinel robots became mutants who were called X-Men. Let's go back. It says an awesome thing happened in the new X-Men comics. Are mutant heroes. Which means what is mutant hero? X-Men. They had been battling giant robots called Sentinels for years, but suddenly these mechanical overlords spawned is to produce a new threat, nano sentinels. Okay. People who were infected by nano sentinel robots became mutants. No. Our mutants were fighting sentinels and they had new overlords. That's what it says. The X-Men were mutant heroes and they were now battling nano sentinels. This is correct. Tiny sentinels called X-Men infected people, turning them into mutant robot overlords. That's wrong. Mutant overlords नहीं है. Mutant heroes नए overlords से लड़ रहे हैं और उन overlords को nano sentinels कहा गया है. Answer is 2. कैसा तुम लोग 4 बोलता है, 1 बोलता है? ठीक है, चले आगे, क्योंकि उसके साथ लिखा हुआ है इनफर्ड आइडिया. ये कहता है an awesome thing happened in the new X-Men comics and then it suddenly says our mutant heroes. So which means किसकी बात कर रहा है? X-Men की, right? Yeah, inference based है. Which of the following best summarizes the central point of the passage? Very easy, very easy. Come on, come on. Put the radio on. It's Saturday night and it won't be long. Correct. Correct, correct. 3 is the answer. Once the stuff of science fiction, nanorobots now feature in cutting-edge scientific research. Absolutely correct. Any questions? I see that most of you have gone right. चले आगे. Okay. Shabash. Last question. Direct extension of the arguments. Further application. Another way of asking that what is the passage going to say इसके आगे. Hello Adi. 8B. No. Rachel की tone में no. 1. In the future, robots will be used to search and destroy diseases even in the deepest diseases. अभी रोबोट बन गया है ब्लॉब, रोबोट बन गए छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स, तो वो कहीं पे भी घुसेंगे आपके बॉडी में आपको ठीक करने के लिए. ओके. सेंटिनल रोबोट्स विल बी यूज्ड इन वॉरफेयर. अच्छा, कहाँ से आ रहा है ये आइडिया? इतने आक्रामक क्यों हो तुम लोग? कैसे? लार्ज स्केल डिस्ट्रक्टिव म्यूटेशन. ओ बाबा, सच डार्कनेस. 1 centimeter blobs of gel that have nano robots will be used to send messages. क्या मतलब? अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड को तुम ब्लॉब्स भेजोगे 1 सेंटीमीटर जेल के? चल आवे, मैं तो जा नहीं पा रहा, तू ही चला जा ब्लॉब. I don't know about the outside, but I can feel a lot of heat inside. In the chat box, people are jealous. Rachel कौन? कमलाक्ष. She is a character from Friends. क्यूट लगेगा. तुम आदि को ब्लॉब भेजोगी, क्लास में मत भेज देना मेरे सामने. हाँ. X-Men may be created by injecting people with mutant nanocells that will respond to the brain's magnetic field. कुछ भी मतलब. Brain's magnetic field. ठीक. So the answer is 1. विशाल, you are गुड़गांव वाला विशाल. ओए होए, देखो तो स्विफ्टी कितनी स्विफ्ट हो रही है. हैं? हाथ पढ़, चमाट दर देना मैंने. पढ़ ले. आदर्श, आई कैन कॉल यू ऑल्सो आदि, जस्ट टेल मी. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड से करवाया हुआ पैसेज याद आ गया आज के टेस्ट वाला. 3/4 couldn't decipher last question. मेरे को लगा next passage. Extension. The next paragraph of the passage is about what? Further application question. तारक मेहता का उल्टा चश्मा is best. Okay. जेठालाल. Nonsense. This is the most you've laughed in all ages. I'm so glad to read that. ठीक. Okay, आदू. अभी ठीक है. What do your parents call you in Kerala? By the way, Mr. Adu, you were supposed to send me Kerala se wood pressed coconut oil. When am I receiving it? Teachers' Day has gone away. Am I getting it on my birthday? I'll Paytm the money. Just send it. Silly mistake. 4/8 is really low, Prithviraj. You need to be careful. 6/8. 8/10, गोपाल, ये 2 क्वेश्चन को तुमने अपनी कोख से जन्म दिया है क्या? नॉर्मल डिलीवरी हुई कि सिजेरियन? 8 क्वेश्चन करा बाबू मैंने. ये 10 कर रहा है. अदरक हो गए हैं तुम्हारे अटेम्प्ट्स, कहीं से भी बढ़ रहे हैं. वो अलग ही आदमी हो. ओए होए, वर्जिन कोकोनट ऑयल. भाग. माय बर्थडे इज ऑन गोवर्धन पूजा दिस ईयर. 6 4 7 6. okay. 5 is okay. Flow. All right. आज मुझे किसी ने किताब सजेस्ट करी, फ्लो. 6 6 5 7 6 6. All right. I am glad to read that, Ayush. Sushant, where are you? I hope you're doing well. If not, then you can just imagine virtual hugs from me, okay? Cheer up and hold on, okay? Everything is going to be fine. Life is too short and we're all mortals. And don't ever be sad because of people. One day they'll all die. Okay? And that's the best I can say on YouTube, really. So, I don't want to downplay or discomfort, but yeah, I'm with you. In case that helps. And thank you for all your loving emails, Prakriti. I read all of them. Thank you, Pragya. Yes, Nishtha. So, Nikita, try and develop your comfort with such passages, politics, philosophy, okay? Alright, let's wind up for the day. Go and have food, take care of yourself. We all are fighting our own silent battles, Sushant. Trust me when I say that. And I don't say that out of sympathy. I say that straight from my ghar, okay, from my heart. So you have to have faith in me. So yeah, please don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on hope. Don't give up on life. Not yet. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you next Friday with another session and we'll do probably a mix of RC and BA. Thank you for bearing with me. If the session helped you, please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. I'm bad at marketing. So yeah, help me there. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.